What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I thought I would make a video today on just an interesting topic that I came across on another video, and I do have my own input about it, and I think it's a very interesting topic when it comes to women. It is women in the insurance industry. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so women in the insurance industry, I want to talk about three different things: safety, being objectified, and not taken seriously. It's easy for me to talk about this just because, of course, I am a woman. Now, the insurance industry is male dominant, and I know there's a lot of industries out there that are flipped, but as far as the insurance industry, when it comes to being a woman in here, the safety is always my number one concern, especially when I'm out there door knocking. You know, these leads that I purchase, I obviously have no idea who I'm going to be encountering. I have no idea who this type of person is, who they are, or what kind of personality they have, or where they live. So what I would recommend as a woman, these are the things that I do. If I see that the house is out there in the boongies and just alone, very deserted, broken down, just kind of, you know, you get that internal conscious vibe that maybe you should not enter. I do follow my gut whenever it comes to places like that. Now, I don't like to judge a book by its cover, so I definitely do test out the area and see if there's any, you know, neighbors nearby, if there's other houses nearby that I could quickly run to in the event of an emergency. I never want to judge them based off where they live. So one, if it's a male lead, I will be gracious and see, you know, who this person is while having my distance and giving the opportunity for a conversation outside. Now, if it's a woman, I tend to be a little bit less cautious, but still, you never know. I will knock on the door, same thing, keep my distance, but give the opportunity for a conversation. And again, if that stomach feeling is there, I will proceed to do a telesale, which is a sale over the phone, or I will let them know that right now I don't have time for an appointment, I actually have an emergency, and I'll go ahead and leave. So safety out there as a woman is very, very important. Now, being objectified. So I can fortunately say I have never been objectified, not to my knowledge. Now, I did have a client a couple days later after we wrote business. He ended up sending me like a selfie of himself. Thank goodness it was just a selfie. And he would, you know, send me messages saying that I was beautiful and he loves that I'm a hard worker, etc., etc., etc. And I would just ignore those messages. So being objectified in this industry will happen. And I think it's unfortunate as a woman because, you know, we're here to do business. We're here to be an expert. We're here to be taken seriously in this industry. So because we are a woman and males, you know, nowadays people think that it's okay to send messages, catcall, whatever the case may be, and just look at us as something, nothing other than an object of pleasure. And I think that that is super unfortunate. And of course, you know, that is something that is distasteful and we don't appreciate, but it does happen. And I think just being able to handle situations like that in a professional, or even just ignore the situation at all and continue on with another client or continue on with another appointment and just throw that one out the books. And just understand that you may come across these circumstances, and we just have to move forward with them in the most professional way possible. And then the last one, not being taken seriously. Now, unfortunately, whether because you're a woman or because you don't have enough experience in this industry to be given an opportunity, and that's happened to me. Because we're not experienced enough to handle an opportunity, they may not take us seriously. I remember my first appointment ever. I will never forget my first appointment. I walked in, it was a male, and I didn't know what I was doing because I was so brand new. It was literally my first appointment that I had ever experienced. And I remember sitting at the table trying to draw up what carrier would better accept him. And he was just staring at me, kind of cracking jokes here and there, giving me a bunch of just comments that were just making me feel belittled. At one point during our appointment, he even got up from the table and went to his kitchen and started eating as I was there trying to best assist him. And finally he comes back after eating and just looks at me, and he's just like, nope, this is pointless information. I'm just gonna go ahead and not do this. And so I just felt very, you know, belittled, and I was trying my best. I was even calling, you know, for help to making sure that I was putting him in a great position, but he wasn't taking me seriously. And I don't know if it's because I was a woman, a young woman, or because I didn't have enough experience. But nonetheless, I think people should be a little bit kinder. More than sure that if I was a 6-foot hefty male trying to help this gentleman, he would have not treated me that way, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So women in the insurance industry, from my experience, of course everybody has their own personal experience, but I do think that women in any industry can be taken seriously as long as we go ahead and put our best foot forward and know that we're going to be objectified. We're going to not be taken seriously, and we're going to have our safety, and we're going to have a concern in our safety anywhere we go. And I think as long as you work on carrying yourself highly, you look the part, you continue to gain knowledge throughout your career and implement that into your appointments, you're going to be able to be taken seriously no matter where you go and no matter what industry you're a part of. Because I know that there's so many women out there in so many different industries who are so powerful and who are able to make a huge impact no matter their gender and no matter their experience. So some ways that I hold myself high is I always look the part. So I always make sure that I look professional. If I want to wear a dress or if I want to wear a skirt, sometimes I do kind of go back and forth with that because I don't want to be objectified. But then again, that is not my problem if males out there do not know how to be a gentleman, and that should not dictate whether I want to wear a dress that makes me feel good. So I look professional, but I also feel good for myself. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, doesn't matter if you have 1 month of experience or 7 years of experience. If you're given an opportunity, do your absolute best, and if they don't want your help because you're not experienced enough, that is okay. Just know that you went in there doing your absolute best, called anybody for backup to help you, and move on. And the last part is the safety. I personally don't carry any safety tool with me where I go. I probably should, but I don't. But I always just am very aware of my surroundings, and I like to follow my gut a lot too. So I know that if I don't feel safe in some home or in a neighborhood or at a house, I will not test those boundaries. I will go ahead and leave. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to give my input about women in the insurance industry, how important it is to discuss these topics, being a woman myself. And even if you're a male, this doesn't exclude you guys either. I think you guys could also be objectified. I think you guys could also have a safety concern. I think everybody can experience these situations no matter if you're male or female. But I'm giving my own woman perspective because I'm a woman. But alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to give my 2 cents about women in the insurance industry, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!